When I think of Johto region in Pokemon, two things come to mind, amazing and amazing. I'm a huge fan of Pokemon Gold and Silver and even the glorious remakes Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I swear to god, every time someone mentions those games I start salivating from the mouth, so I ask you guys this question, what if the Johto region got its own anime adaptation? Well, it did. I'm not sure how many of you actually remember this, but Pokemon Chronicles was actually a thing at some point. This show aired way back in the year 2002 and in Japan it was known as Pokemon Side Stories. Basically, while Ash travels in Hoenn, the friends and the Pokemon he left behind continue to have adventures on their own. The show features people like Misty, Brock, Pikachu, Professor Oak and his grandson Gary, Jimmy, Marina, and even Team Rocket. There's a total of 16 episodes in the Japanese version, and for some reason the American version had 22 episodes. But hey, you know what? I'm not complaining whatsoever. The series was amazing. The first episode is nothing shy of just how crazy Pokemon is, because let's be honest, you can't spell insane without Pokemon. The episode starts off by showing Brock coming back to his hometown of Pewter City, only to see that his mom has completely turned the first gym, also known as the Rock type gym, into a Water type gym. This pisses Brock off because you can't take a rock away from a man, it's just simply not allowed. So what does Brock do? He beats the brakes off of his mom in a Pokemon battle and takes back control of the gym. God bless Brock for not showing any mercy against his mom and whooping her ass. Second episode has Misty returning home to Cerulean City, and for the most part it's pretty similar to Brock's situation. Things have just completely fallen apart while she's gone. And in this episode she has to tame a rampaging Gyarados that is wreaking havoc. She's also got to beat her rivals known as the Invincible Brothers. Honestly, never cared about these guys, glad they don't show up again in the series. Shout out to Misty though, she's amazing. Episode 3 has Team Rocket landing in a village where they are mistaken for a group called Team Righteous. Now Team Righteous is a vintage TV superhero duo wearing identical uniforms, and because of that reason they're mistaken for them. Anyways, they face a dilemma deciding between building a robot army or living up to the high expectations of the villagers. Also, why in the hell does Team Rocket need an army of robots? Don't they have Pokemon for a reason? You know what? I'm not even gonna question it just because it's Pokemon. Episode 4 has Butch and Cassidy of Team Rocket breaking into Professor Oak's lab and stealing all of his Pokeballs. So Ash's Pokemon have to steal them back, and not even joking, Ash's Pokemon run down on these two losers and they steal the Pokeballs back. God, I fucking love Pokemon. Episode 5 shows Tracy and Sakura visiting Misty at the Cerulean City gym. Sakura wants to battle Misty for a gym badge, but Misty's all out of gym badges, so they go travel to the home of the badge maker. Not a lot happens in this episode, and if I'm being quite honest, this is probably the only one I didn't care about. Episode 6 is centered on Meowth. Meowth takes a break from trying to capture Pikachu to spend some time in the big city. And I guess Meowth has a dream project of building a golden statue, but that gets off to a bad start. He loses his picnic basket in a series of mix-ups, so to pay for it he gets some jobs. But Meowth is lazy, he doesn't want to do the work, so he gets a Pichu posse to do the work for him. Even in the side series, bro is still scheming. Episode 7 shows Butch and Cassidy kidnap Professor Oak in order to learn about Pokerest for Professor Namba's evil plans. So Richie and Tracy have to go rescue Professor Oak. If you guys don't know who Richie and Tracy are, I'll answer that in short right now. Brock 2.0 and Richie 2.0. Fight me. I'm joking. Please do not kill me. I have a bunch of more Pokemon videos to make for you guys. Episode 8 is just a continuation of Episode 6 with Meowth. Episode 9 stars Casey, and if you don't know who Casey is, she is the We All Love Electabuzz girl. And if you can't tell, she's a huge fan of the Electabuzz. The Electabuzz are a baseball team in Pokemon. Honestly, I cannot get enough of Casey. If Pokemon gave us a miniseries about her, I would watch the entire thing with no hesitation. Casey is just so stupid funny and cute. I love it. But anyways, Casey visits Cerulean City to visit Misty and watch a baseball match with the Electabuzz. Meanwhile, Butch and Cassidy receive orders to steal the Delcatty of a trainer who also happens to have a crush on Misty, and tickets to see the Electabuzz. I really enjoyed this episode. It's most definitely one of my favorite episodes from Pokemon Chronicles. Episode 10. I know guys, bear with me. Only 6 more episodes to talk about and then I'll leave you guys alone. But do subscribe to the channel if you will. In this episode, Jessie recounts how she met up with James and Meowth and how they became members of Team Rocket. This is actually a very wholesome episode and it kind of made me want to cry because of Team Rocket's backstory and how they met. I love it. 10 out of 10. Episode 11 is so cute. Any episode that starts with Celebi is super cute. I swear to god. Richie arrives in a town where the mayor plans to demolish the Pokemon Center, but an old nurse Joy does not want to lose the memories it contains. Celebi sends Richie's ass back in time to make things right. Shout out to Celebi for always making things right since the Coliseum days. And in the Pokemon Forever movie, god, I remember having that movie on VHS. It came out a year after I was born. Does anybody even know what a VHS looks like? Look at me, a boy who was born in Y2K explaining to y'all what a VHS is. I am officially old. Episode 12 begins with Ash's Tauros stampeding through Professor Oak's lab, causing a baby Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander to run away on the same day. That same afternoon, the mayor's son Gilbert is about to start his Pokemon journey. Shout out to Gilbert. Everybody forgot about you, but I still love you. Episode 13 kicks off with Professor Oak and Tracy visiting Gary, who is researching a prehistoric Pokemon. They successfully bring the Aerodactyl back to life, but they gotta gain control of it because they don't want anyone to get hurt. They also don't want Butch and Cassidy to get their hands on an Aerodactyl. Not gonna lie, I cannot stand Butch and Cassidy. They just suck. Sorry, not sorry. Episode 14 starts with Best Girls Misty and Daisy having a new love disc. And you know who's in this episode? Butch and Cassidy. You know what they do? They steal the love discs. My only complaint with Pokemon Chronicles is the damn abundance of Butch and Cassidy. I cannot stand these two idiots. I hate them. Moving on. Episode 15 is another Casey episode. Gotta love Casey, holy shit. Anyways, Casey meets the pitcher for her favorite baseball team. You guessed it, the Electabuzz. He leaves the game due to a shoulder injury, but he loses the fire to perform. While his Charizard has literally lost his fire and its ability to fly. So Casey does what Casey does best. She restores the fighting spirit to both of them. Also, how the hell is Charizard still alive? I thought these guys die if they lose their fire. Episode 16. It's the last episode and it begins with Richie. While taking a voyage on the SS Anne, Richie meets a trainer called Silver. Silver is on his way to battle Moltres with two professors from the super epic fake University of Science. However, the two professors are actually just Butch and Cassidy and they want to capture Moltres for Team Rocket. I don't even want to touch on the topic of Butch and Cassidy anymore. I hated when they were on screen. So look, don't crucify me, but if you did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe.